Yeah. What's up, world? This your boy Tricky Ricky, and these are my 2 cents. All right, guys. So look, man, this has been a hell of a ride for me lately. I just started this channel. I go on a 1 week long vacation with my family, and then at the end of the vacation, I get stuck with my kids for a week, and then the following week, I had to take a trip to the dentist. I have a really bad abscess here. I have to have a root canal on Monday, and then 2 weeks after that, I have to go back and get my tooth crowned. Can you imagine what that's going to cost me? Can you imagine what that's going to do to me as far as like being able to sit here? It's going to cost me money, and it's going to cost me time also. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and binge record today since you know, have my medication in my system. At least I can get something done, but every now and then you might see me reach for my cheek. It's neither here nor there. All right, so I'm going to stop with the rambles and babbling about me being up all the way up to 2:30 in the morning, moaning like I'm playing in the sandbox. No. All right, so here we go. As promised, we are at my mobile rig here in my living area where I do my podcast. And let's say I record a podcast that was pre-recorded and I want to edit in Ardour. Let's move this window a little bit to the left because as I look down at my switcher, I see it's blocking and obscuring the view. Yes, I have my microphone here. We'll get to why that is in the frame in a moment. Okay? Because I don't have the boom guy trying to be funny, trying to play joust and stick me in the face with the mic. No. Alrighty, so here we are. We're at the main setup window. We have 3 choices. We can either open a new session, we can open an existing session, or if this session is not available here in this list right here, we can go down here and select another session that has rolled out. Obviously, we have a 10 session minimum in the memory or something. So we got that one set. We're going to click that one, make sure we got it. This here is something that I recorded while I had my son here. You remember I told you guys I was getting video bummed, so I ended up sitting him down and we had a little conversation on podcast. Ask him some questions, you know, and I'm going to use this as a template to work and show you exactly how the Ardour workflow is and how it works with RodeCaster Pro's podcast files in the end. So as you look at the screen, we have audio media setup. I've selected my session. We got into the audio media setup. We're at core audio. All right. So look, everything is already recorded. It was recorded on the RodeCaster Pro. So no, I do not need, did I say a RodeCaster Pro again? I mean, RodeCaster Pro. All right. So here we are. Audio media setup, input devices. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and make this done. By the way, you have to long click. You just don't click and it pop up like anything else. You have to long click. See if you just click it. You have to long click. Yeah, done. For the output devices, I have my monitors routed through my RodeCaster Pro. Yeah, I need to write that down and put it up here. I said so much, I'm not surprised that it's drilled in my head and I just be moaning in sleep. RodeCaster Pro video must do. What am I gonna do with myself? You should have heard that though, but anyways. All right, so by default, your sample rate is going to go. My wife is checking on me. Am I still hurting? No. Sample rate 48,000 hertz. That is by default the sample rate for the RodeCaster Pro's podcast files, if you will. By any chance, if it's not on 48, make sure you put it on 48 because if it's on anything under that, it's going to be sounding like it's chopped and screwed. If it's higher, you're going to sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks. And my wife, okay, dear, I'm trying to do my video. I will call you soon, okay? I love you. Gotta love the ball and chain, huh, guys? Yes. Alrighty. So sample rate, it changed. When I had a blank session yesterday, it showed 128 samples. So today, now that I've imported a podcast file to the workflow, it is putting it at 1024. Why is that? Because I'm tracking. Yes, there's more things on the board, which means more processing power. So in order for it to preserve the processing power, oh, okay, thank you, baby. Where was I? Sample rates. I got it set at 1028. It's going to use the least amount of processing power possible, and it's going to focus all the attention on performance for the thing to keep for my computer to keep up with the podcast file. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start core audio. Then boom, Ardour is going to start. Man, I need to move this thing. I can't move the logo, and I have to fiddle with this little thing to make my picture move. But I like the placement of it. Alrighty, so look, here it is. It's opening up. It's pulling all the files in. Boom, it spread the entire podcast out, just like any other digital audio workstation you know. All right, and mind you, this thing, I donated $5 and got this. Look at it. It looks like something like a crossbreed between, what you say, guys? Thumbs up. Looks like Logic a little bit. It may look like, what's the other one? It may look like Cakewalk, Sonar, whatever it is. It even looked like, I don't know. It looked like all this stuff mixed in together. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that the meters here, I have to adjust my fader using this little funny looking thing right here. I'm waving my hand and distracting you. I'm sorry about that. You see that? It should have been like a fader, but for $5, I can't complain. All right. So you see my meters are moving on the channel strip here. That is because my microphone is hot. That's why I have the microphone here, so you can see me in live action and you see my vocals moving on the board. Although you notice that I did select I don't want no vocals coming through. So in order to do that or do away with that, I mute. All right, anyways. So we have this channel strip up here. We have plugins assigned to my vocal, and my son vocal is here, I think. And then we have the final plugin. Let's see. Yeah, that one here is still working. And you see my vocal is jumping on the peak meter. And of course, I have my Neutron active because this is my go-to. What I like so much about this particular plugin is I can go in, I can open it, and I can select a preset that applies to what I'm trying to do. So if I'm talking, then this is dialogue. So I'm going to go for vocals, okay? I'm not going to look for anything under mastering, alrighty? So to be real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and select eeny, meeny, miny, mo, boom. Dynamic vocal de-esser, so I can de-ess myself, alright? So now that we got that selected, boom, we closed it. So now you look at my window, you see that it has this little contour thing to where it's kind of contoured to my vocal. But if you look at this, these last two bands on this here spectrogram, it kind of cuts off my vocal. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to press play so I can use my track assistant. I have my volume down so you won't be able to hear what I hear, but we're going to have this thing going. So let's see here. Monitor off. All right, let's hit it. So now we got track assistant going, and what track assistant is doing is basically putting everything up to a stand to where it's like contouring to the vocal. Voila, there you have it. Alrighty. Where's my sound? I have latency. All right, so we're gonna try to go for our So as you look at this whole workflow with the way the screen look, the layout for the mixer view is very attractive. You have your editor view and you have the actual waveforms for all your files that are here. If you look at your menu Up above, you have the About tab. It tells you everything about the developer of this application. And no, this is not a paid sponsorship. I just like this application, and I just want to use it because I have Pro Tools 9 HD down in my HD in-home facility. Alrighty, so you saw what I did with my Neutron plugin. I was able to get it to conform to my actual vocal to where I can get my vocal to sound the way that I needed to sound. You know, where on earth did my plugin window go? Come back. There you are. All right. So you see, I had selected the dynamic de-esser. I think that, yeah, dynamic vocal de-esser. I ran my track assistant, so now I get to play with it. What I would do is I would hit play. It sounded a little bit muddy to me, so let's see. I turned on yeah, 5. I turned that one off. I'll widen it up a little bit, and only if you can hear what I got going. See, this is what I love so much about Neutron. See, it just gives me a basis of what I need and how my vocal need to be put. And I just go in and go right behind it, put everything where it needs to be, and boom, we're in there. All right, in there like swimwear. All right, so we are at 15 minutes, and basically this was just an overview of this application. It has everything just like its layout is just like popular digital audio workstation. You know, it has about this software. It has the sessions tab. You do just about everything you would do in any other digital audio workstation, like make a new session, open a previous session, save as, save a template, you know, add a track, a video channel, import a Pro Tools session. You can import Pro Tools sessions in here, so it recognizes the Pro Tools protocol. I ought to try that, by the way, but nah. Alrighty, so we have the transport tab where we can take a look at transport functions, and you are very familiar with the transport functions and you know how well they work. All right, so let's look at the edit tab, and then it has everything about editing your podcast as you go. And some of these things are grayed out, but you know, if I were to go over to my editor window, let's say I'll go over here and I select that one, and then I hit edit, then now it's available. You know, so you know how that goes. It's just the same way it would be with any other digital audio workstation. You can go and look at your regions. You can change things in the regions field. You know, you can add a track. This is how you add a track right here. You can add a regular audio track, a bus track, auxiliary track. If they're the same, that's what I mean. You can even add a video channel. I haven't tried to edit videos on this because I'm a Final Cut Pro guy, you know, yeah, like cinematic stuff. I have my Black Magic over there sitting on the floor, and I shoot with that. I edit with this, you know, even with my switchers and phones, you know, when we go with the Ronins and all that stuff, we shoot and edit on that. A lot going on my phone. All right, so let me go ahead and wrap this up so I can get into the next video. I maybe might change shirts so I don't look too overly like I'm wearing the same thing every week. It's my favorite shirt. No. All right, so we have my window view. Window view, this is how you can get back to the audio media setup window. All right, and you have your editor where you can change the way the editor look. You can change the way your mixer setup looks. You can look at the preferences for all your windows, obviously. Let's see, yeah, you can hide, show, attach, and detach, blah blah blah. You know, just like every other digital audio workstation out here, you can do all those things with this one here. Video monitoring, audio connections, media connections, scripting, all that. Wait a minute, scripting? So you mean to tell me, all right, we'll get to that differently. That right there turned on the light bulb in my head, but anyways. All righty, media tracer log. You can look at the log, everything you've done, you can see it. You know, I would click it, but we're kind of short on time. We're nearing 20 some odd minutes, and I got to edit this stuff. And I can't be babbling forever. Help, just like any other digital audio workstation, you can open your help tab, and let's say if you're trying to find something like, let's say regions, we're going to type in regions. And if we were to go down, boom, see, it's showing you just like it does in Final Cut Pro. It shows you exactly where it is. You can't go wrong. It's fail safe, you know. And but as I progress, I will, you know, kind of put these videos out there for those of you who may be looking to try out this particular digital audio workstation with your podcast editing, you know. So that just basically sums up this overview of this Pro Audio application, digital audio workstation, audio editor. Rode had to buy these guys out. Like really, look at it. This is beautiful. But anyways, this is your boy Tricky Ricky. I've been rambling and babbling. Maybe it's the medication, strong antibiotics to get rid of this abscess. Like I said, I got to do some bench recording. I just recorded one video, so now I got to do two more so I can make sure I have plenty of content to put up while I am unable to talk, because I won't be able to say a word next week probably. I'll be like this, or with a big old thing wrapped around my head like I got the mumps. Let me stop, y'all. Y'all take care. Be sure to like, make sure you subscribe, and post a comment, send a smoke signal, tell a friend. All right. It's your boy Tricky Ricky, and those were my 2 cents.